Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Barber's Playbook.
Episode 9.
First of all, how good is it to finally be in a studio, bro?
It's
been a while, better than recording out of your room. But man, today we're lucky, bro, because we're joined by one of the most entertaining personalities in Australian football and a co-host of Australia's biggest footballing soccer podcast, Suited and Booted, Jerome Khalaf, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you boys, man. I love this. This is good. When you guys reached out, I thought, you know what? No one's actually ever asked me to be on a podcast.
Yeah, I'm
before.
surprised, man.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
And do you know what? I'm surprised Jerome's not charging us $500 today. He's only charging us $200.
Bro, yeah, you know what's crazy? We'll get into it, but I used to have a podcast before this that not many people know about.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too.
We'll get to that, but yeah, one guest, he was like, yeah, I'll come on, $600. And since that day, I said, I'll never fucking charge to go on a podcast. Because, like, that's some bullshit.
How was the drive here, man? You came all the way from the southeast, yeah?
It was good, bro. I was actually thinking to myself on the way here, like, it's a calming drive because the roads aren't that busy. It's a public holiday. It took me about 40 minutes. It was calm. East Link, bang.
Yeah.
Straight in, man. It was easy.
That's good, man.
It was easy, bro.
Yeah. First up, to start us off with some questions related to me and Ish, but what's your worst or most funny haircut experience?
Oh, bro. Straight away, I got one. So you're the barber?
Yeah, I'm the barber.
And I'm the
Okay.
coach, yeah.
So when I was younger, I was obsessed with NBA, rap, all that. I basically wanted to be black. Let's just be blunt, right? And this was before I was playing soccer and stuff. And I always wanted a lineup.
Yeah.
I wanted like a lineup, and it wasn't a thing in Australia back then to go get like, or for non-black people to get lineups. And I was like, oh, that can't be that hard. So my friend across the road, he's like, bro, trust me, I'll give you a crispy lineup. I said, done, bro, let's do it. He fucked my shit up so hard. My hairline was like, he started the line like here to go to the front, and I was like, yeah, that looks mad. After it, I cried. I was crying.
How
for
old
like,
are you?
I would have been about 14.
Was he an actual barber or?
No, bro. We took my mum's clip because my mum's a hairdresser. So we took my mum's clippers, did it. He goes, that looks fucking mad. And I'm like, yeah, bro, it looks sick.
And he's pushed you back.
And he not only did he push me back, he's gone wide as fuck. Like to here.
Surely not back to your ear.
Nearly, bro.
That's crazy.
Nearly.
He's getting judgmental now, bro.
Yeah,
He's
no,
barber
bro,
history.
get judgmental.
Nah, that's
the-
criminal to push someone back that far.
Criminal, bro.
That's so
and
bad.
I said to my mum, I go, what the fuck I cannot go in public like this. So she sort of did her best to like fade it, I guess, but like it was cooked, bro. It was
Bro,
the
I
worst
remember
thing.
one of my cousins, a similar kind of thing. He went to a private school, all boys school, and he back in the day, you know, like the Ronaldo cut with like a line through his
course,
head.
bro.
He got a line, started about in the middle of his head, went around, curled around. Anyways, it was a long weekend or something. Monday morning, he's getting ready to go to school, and he clocks it. He can't obviously have the line, so he gets he gets his mum's like eyeliner or something, and just fully draws a line, bro. But on the same topic, what about with like your worst or your funniest experience with like a coach, whether that's like your coach or even just now seeing, you know, someone on the sidelines?
Worst experience with a coach, bro. I think I was. Let me have a think here. Well, the stupidest shit was that when I was playing Metros a couple years ago, just for a fuck around, my coach was the ref for a few games.
way.
That's how bad the league was. And that's when I knew, like, I can't keep doing it, bro. I can't keep doing this. And he was trying to be ultra fair, so he'd, like, almost lean towards the other team, and I was like, this is some bullshit. But in terms of with a coach, man, my junior coaches were pretty good, bro. I didn't really have anything that was, like, super bad. I guess I can flip it around and give a scenario where I was a bit of a pussy of a player, right? Technically, I was good, but I just did not fly into tackles. I wasn't that type of player.
What position were you?
I played everywhere, bro. I started out as a centre back,
Yeah.
and then that was probably my best position. But I was like, centre backs get no hose, so I need to get to the wing or up front. So I started playing on the wing and then up front. I played DM. I can do a job anywhere, but one time, I was kicking the ball out the backyard, and my coach rocks up to my house. My parents had planned this, And he full sat down with me in my fucking living room saying, if you just apply yourself and just stop being scared of getting tackled and, you know, going in, like you'll do decent. Rah, rah, rah. So that was cool. But in terms of like bad experiences, I didn't play long enough, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't play long enough. Now I just, bro, some of the shit coaches say, like in terms of abusing the players,
It's bad.
bro. And then the older people are like, oh, the young players are soft cocks.
And do you know what
We're
they'll
like,
say?
nah.
Do you know what they'll say? The coaches will say something. Once they've realised that they've gone too far, they'll be like, I'm preparing you for a senior
Yeah,
environment. That's
shut
what they
up.
say.
Yeah, I'm preparing you for what's to come.
Yeah.
None of you's going to make it. What do you mean, what are you preparing us for?
Yeah. Let's talk more about your childhood, bro. Like just growing up, you know, what your kind of hobbies as a kid, what you did, both in like the footballing and we'll get into this more later, this music world as well.
Yeah,
but like
man.
even at our age, what did you kind of want to do as a career?
So pretty much from like, before the age of 12, I couldn't give a shit about soccer. I didn't watch it, wasn't a fan of it. Played AFL, played basketball in the summer. That's all I cared about. Fucked up my hairline, all that. Then after that, I did a full switch, I guess, after the World Cup, 2006. Fuck, were you guys born yet?
No.
Fuck! Yeah, 2006, I did a full switch, told my mum I'm quitting, blah, blah, blah. So I reckon from 12 to now, I would say, I would always flip-flop between I want to work in football, I want to work in music. I want to work in football, I want to work in music. And it would just chop and change because I'm an anxious guy. Something bad would happen in one of those worlds and I'm like, nah, I'm going back to football, or like, nah, I'm going back to music. So it was always either that or that. My first dream was to be a commentator. I always wanted to be a commentator. I thought, oh, by the time I'm 21, I'll be in London commentating. Yeah, fucking right. So I always wanted to do that. But then the older I got, the more I got into music. I mean, do you know what Fruity Loops is?
Yeah,
You know what Fruity Loops is?
I think so.
Like you make beats on your computer.
Yeah.
I started doing that when I was like 11, 12. And I would always make beats with my friends and whatever, just fuck around. And then sort of my late teenage, early 20s is when I started to get a bit involved in the event space, helping put on events like parties. I did my other podcasts. So yeah, bro, it was always music and soccer. And then, bro, I was a phase kid. 3 months I'd go hard at something and then forget about it. Martial arts for about 6 months, bro.
Wow.
All I did was like watch Thai, Korean, and Chinese movies.
Do you still remember any of it? Or?
Yeah, bro. I can name the movies. Ong Bak, there's one called Ong Bak. I used to watch all the old Jet Li movies. Enter the Dragon. Kickboxer. There was like 7 of those. I used to just watch. I was obsessed with martial arts. Did Muay Thai for a couple months. Fucking couldn't handle it. So I quit that shit. I love quitting shit. I'm not one of those people that's going to say like, oh, I never quit. I quit so much shit. That's why now when I'm 30, I'm like, I think I may have finally found what I'm sticking to. Touch wood. But yeah, that wrestling was huge, especially when I was younger, and now I'm back into it heavy. What else are my other hobbies, man? I don't know, man. I don't want to be one of those unks, but when we were younger, like we were outside a lot, like skating, BMX, like just doing dumb shit. We were really creative compared to now where everything's just on the phone. Like we were super creative, obviously video games, going to the Dandenong market with my dad, getting illegal games, chipped PlayStations. I don't even know if you guys know about chipped PlayStations. Yeah, man. I had a really good childhood. I can't
Sounds
lie.
like you did like absolutely everything.
Yeah, I tried it. Oh, yeah, like everything, bro. Like
That's good.
a lot of sports, which I always say to young people, sports save lives.
Yeah.
Like people don't realize. And yeah, man, like I feel like I can't get along with people that don't have hobbies. I've always said it. If you're not passionate about anything, then we're probably not going to get along.
I have mates that are quite like that as well. They're like, they don't like hanging around with people that just don't have a direction in life, which is fair enough because, like, what are you doing with yourself if you're not?
Yeah, bro.
And they're boring.
Look, I think as well, from teenage years to the 20s and stuff, you're always going to lack some sort of direction because it's like no one actually truly ever figures out life until they fucking, you know. But if you just have stuff you're passionate about, that's enough to be like, all right, at least this person cares about shit. Because, bro, I know people that couldn't give a fuck about anything. Like, what makes you get up in the morning? Pause. Like, yeah. So I'm rambling,
Like,
but that was my childhood.
We talked about this a fair bit.
Yeah.
On the last few episodes, we were talking about like your mental health, right? And especially for athletes, where it's like once you get injured, you're losing two things at once because you don't realize that it's your sport that's kind of keeping you going. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Remember we were talking
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Talk us a bit through your first podcast, Dem One's TV.
Yeah, bro.
That was
Did your research?
2018, was it?
Might have been 2020, I think, bro. Start of COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were doing illegal episodes. Man, that came about because, like I said, I was getting sick of the same old WOG clubs, like nightclubs. I was like, I don't know, they don't really play the music I like, blah, blah, blah. Then I knew these two girls. They introduced me to this guy called Coda. And he was like a well-known name in the Melbourne club scene, event space. And he would put on like more alternative events where they were playing more music that I would like. And the first day we met, bro, we just, bang, just instantly clicked. And one day, I'll never forget, bro, I was on a walk in my fucking 1 hour of exercise during COVID. And he goes, bro, your Instagram stories are fucked. He goes, do you want to just do a podcast? He goes, we'll just speak about everything. And I go, yeah, bro, I'd love to do a podcast. Because I've been obsessed with podcasts since 2014. I was like, yeah, let me get my shit off. And back then, bro, I was a bit more ruthless with my opinions and my takes and stuff. So we started Dem Ones, and it was basically about music, pop culture, stuff happening in Melbourne. Like we talk about parties and clubbing, and we spoke about everything. And we were doing like illegal episodes during COVID. So we'd link up at this girl Kat's house, filmed out of her bedroom basically. Then we moved to upstairs at my mum's salon. We were everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
We were just
Sounds a
That's
bit
like
us.
us,
yeah,
man.
yeah. We were everywhere. And you know why? It's because we didn't have money to every week shell out to go to a studio and stuff. And bro, that we had some good guests on that pod, man. Like we had some big guests. A lot of like Australian comedians, rappers, artists, singers. Shit. We had we flew up to Sydney. We had the G'd Up guy on. We had Mr. C. We had that John Bernard guy. We had a bunch of people on, right? But I called it quits because I just felt like it wasn't really heading in the direction I wanted. Me and Coda were sort of just on different paths. And he was fuming when I was like, he's like, what do you fucking mean? I was like, bro, I can't do this shit anymore. Because I like everything to be structured. And it was just all over the place. And I'm like, I don't even know how the fuck I'm going to monetize this, or like, you know, I'm spending a lot of time editing, blah, 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 blah. But that ran for about 2 years, bro. And I think it helped me understand podcasting, making content, and then also what I like in a logistics setup of like structure and the type of people that I want to work with and all that. I still got love for Coda though. There's no issues there. But yeah, that was
You're still like involved in the music a lot. Like I remember when Drake was here, you went like all 4 nights.
Oh
didn't you?
yeah, bro. I love music. I think I've calmed down a little bit, but back when we were doing Dem Ones, Coda hosted this event called Tresillo, and it was maybe once a month, once every 6 weeks, and it was a massive club night for like Afrobeats, rap, alternative stuff. And people thought I helped run that event. I didn't. I was just always there standing behind the DJ because I didn't like standing next to people because I was a weird cunt. But I was always known as like the tall, angry guy just standing at the back of the DJ for some reason. But there was a lot of mad nights. I can't lie. A lot of mad nights. We went Sydney. We went Brisbane with it. I don't know if you guys know Rhythm. Have you heard of Rhythm?
Nah.
I think I might have.
It's probably the biggest party in terms of that stuff now. My friends run that as well.
Yeah, wow.
So yeah, I was heavily involved in that, and even during Dem Ones, bro, I was like teetering to do like A&R work, which is like artist relations, trying to find talent and blah, bro, every Friday.
Like being an agent kind of thing.
It's like a little bit, yeah, just like, or connecting people. Every Friday, bro, I'd spend 2 or 3 hours looking for new music. It was like a ritual. I would get home. I'm an Apple Music guy. Get on there and go through every fucking playlist, and I'd just be super up to date. That's completely changed now. Yeah, I'm much more relaxed with it. If I find shit, I find it. If I don't, I don't.
Back then, bro, like I think it was a Brent Fire show.
Hell yeah.
You were kicking it with him after, bro. Talk us through that, bro. When I saw that on your Instagram.
I'm not special, bro. It was a meet and greet.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm not special.
But how was that experience, though?
Incredible, bro. Because I am one of those haters, and again, bro, I'm telling you, I was bad back then. I was a super hater, especially on the sense of like, nah, the artists I like can't get big. They can't get mainstream because I found them. I was one of those guys. And this was 2018 or 2017. I'd been listening to Brent for a year or two. And when he came, I was like, moments like this, smaller concerts, because he'll never do a venue that size again.
Yeah.
Like, he just won't.
Where was it?
It was 170 Russell. Even when Travis Scott did 170 Russell, Travis Scott is never going to do a venue that has 1,000 people in it ever again. And I got the meet and greet. And usually that's for the ladies. But I thought, I actually love this dude. He's one of my favorite artists. And he was the best cunt ever, man. He genuinely, if it wasn't for the weird cunt in front of me, I would have spoke to him more. Because the weird cunt in front of me was trying to get like Brent to do like a tagline for his producer tag.
Oh my days.
And I was like, move, cunt. Like, he had his USB and shit. I was like, let me just kick it in. That was awesome, bro. He was actually one of the nicest guys. I've met a few rappers.
Who else?
Kendrick.
Well,
Oh, man.
Kendrick, but I'm a Drake stan, so we don't speak about that anymore.
respect.
But he was awesome. Ty Dolla $ign was a prick, but I love his music, so that's all right. Who else have I met? Yeah, a lot of it, bro, I was heavy going to concerts. I used to love it. But now, COVID fucked a lot of shit up, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't come anymore. And now music is like, artists are hot for like 3 months and then they're like washed. Yeah, or they drop off. So you don't even get time to like, by the time they come to Australia, bro, they're finished. So it sucks now. But yeah, man.
Think about how many artists like you hear their music on TikTok or something, maybe 1 or 2 songs, and then people will just be like, nah, like it's not working for them.
It's a microwave era, bro.
Yeah.
Everything is like short, sharp, quick. And then it's like if you don't do that, you can also fall behind. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because it's like you either fucking whore yourself out on TikTok and just go crazy with it, or you be quiet for 6 months and then people forget about you anyway. So, but yeah, it's I don't like when people say, "Oh, music's shit now," because you can always find good shit. You can always find good shit, and there's always good shows on. But it's very hard now, man. You can't be unique because,
But I feel like the nicher you go and the more you look for stuff, the better stuff you find.
of course, and you probably feel like, the one thing I love doing, bro, was searching for music. Now it's done for you, which I feel
like the automatic playlists and
bro,
stuff.
exactly. The automatic playlists, everything is like done for you. Whereas I used to find a lot of joy going on YouTube, SoundCloud,
SoundCloud.
downloading
Big on
mixtapes.
SoundCloud, yeah.
Bro, huge. But yeah, it's all done for you now.
In that gap between kind of, calling it quits with Dem Ones and starting Suited and Booted, what were you doing in that time?
Good question, bro. So I think I ended Dem Ones around 2023, maybe 2022, 2022, I think. And then so my mates who run Rhythm, they were just like, they love football. They're from the Southeast, they love football. And they started this thing in COVID called Sunday 3 p.m. right? And basically,
I've heard of that.
the premise around it was in COVID, there was fuck all to do. So every Sunday at 3 p.m., we would go to Casey Fields, which is where Melbourne City train. And bro, like 50 cunts would come and we would play five-a-side. If you lost, you weren't getting back on the pitch for another like half an hour because by the time you waited for all the teams. So we started doing that and I just started making friends, bro. Like every week I went, I used to look forward to it. Got close with those boys, got close with their friends. And then they created a few videos like sort of Sidemen-esque, like football challenges and stuff. And I said, fuck this. So I called a meeting and I said, boys, you're sitting on a gold mine here. Let's go hard with content. Like let's push this. And they were all like, fuck yeah, let's do it. I'm like, bro, there's like 20 of us. Like we'll kill it. We did some amazing things. Like we put on a 1v1 tournament a few times. That was sick. We put on FIFA tournaments. We played in a lot of cups. We did content like a lot of funny stuff. But again, I felt like the structure was off and other people didn't really care to make it. I was like, let's make it a career, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, let's fucking go crazy. Because we worked with Melbourne City. We did some stuff with ABC. The boys knew the like Garang Kuol and all that, so we did a little bit of a video with that. We were doing hectic shit, but again, I just felt like no one else was invested as I was, so I pulled back. Pause, and then that's pretty much led me up to doing Suited and Booted, bro.
And then how'd you meet, Rashid, and the rest of the boys, Gavin, Jakey?
Well, everyone knows Rash played for Victory, so that's how I knew him.
Yeah.
But I also knew his sister because she was very good friends with... Small world, bro. She was very good friends with Koda, who I did Dem ones with. So I knew his family, or his sister. Gavin, I've said this a few times, Gavin was the myth of the Southeast. When we were younger, he was the best baller in the fucking damn near state. Like, this guy was that good.
He was in South America, wasn't he?
Yeah, bro. He left school when he was 12
Wow.
to go play for River. He was unreal. I never met him, even though he lived like 10 minutes away. But everyone used to speak about him like he was fucking Lamine Yamal. Like, that was the guy. Fast forward 10, 15 years, I'm on TikTok and I see this cunt playing foot volley on the beach. And I'm like, that's fucking Gavin Denise. What the fuck is he doing? But at that stage, another little phase, I was like, I love foot volley. And he had these balls, but they're the balls you can only get from Brazil. So I messaged him on TikTok, and I said, bro, where'd you get the ball from? And he linked me. And he goes, hey, cuz, I'm doing a tournament this week. Come down to the beach. I was like, fuck it. I'll go down. Met him. We clicked. Bro, I think the next day or something, he's like, cuz, come to the beach. We'll fucking play some foot volley and we'll just, get to know each other type thing. This cunt told me like 100 fucked up stories about his football career. And then I'm like...
Let's hear some of them.
Oh, bro, like, it's not glamorous if you're not a superstar. This guy was in Portugal not getting paid. Every morning he was having porridge with water. That's all he could afford. He was like selling croissants on the side of the street and shit. It's not glamorous, bro. Once you go to the lower leagues, he trialled at like some huge English clubs like Sunderland, and he's played with World Cup winners, bro. He's at River, some of the players he played with. He played with Montiel, who scored the winning fucking penalty in the World Cup. So he's been around the world, bro, with football. So instantly I was like, fuck, you got mad stories. He goes, I'm good friends with Rashid. I go, fuck, no way. That's crazy. Rashid comes to the beach, whatever, dap him up. He goes, fuck, funny cunt, I've seen your videos. Because every now and then I would make skits on my own, like just dumb shit. Even I used to make rapping skits, football skits. Bro, I've been making skits since Instagram introduced videos. Just dumb shit in my backyard or whatever. He goes, bro, I've seen your videos. You're a funny cunt. And he goes, and my sister knows you. We start getting along. bro, within 2 weeks, I said, boys, let's do a football podcast. Okay, Rash has got stories. Gav's got stories. I've got experience in podcasting. Let's run it up. And we did it, bro. And then Jake came on as a guest. And as a joke, he's like, it'd be funny if I joined. I was like, yeah, it would be fucking funny because you are joining. And then here we are. Yeah, so it happened like that, bro.
Who's kind of the I'm assuming you're kind of like the organizer amongst them.
Yes and no. Now we have split up the roles. You have to.
Yeah, the bigger you get, you need to organise.
Gav looks after the finances. That's why we call him CFO. Jakey, we call him the number 10 because he's making the plays. Like, he's on the emails, he's doing the deals, he's talking to like the federations. Anytime someone has a inquiry about us, he's speaking to them. Blah blah blah.
Are you guys the only one like doing all of it, or do you have like other people working as well?
It's just us, bro.
Okay,
it's just us. I handle all things content, so social media, allegedly, because we got a social media team. All things content. All the edit, or most of the editing, I would say. Now Rash is handling like more of the community stuff, Patreon, vlogs. So yeah, we had to split up the work because it's a lot, bro. It's a lot.
You guys have had some huge names on, especially in the footballing world. You know, like Bruno Fornaroli, Jamie Young. You know, Dan Georgievski. Like, list goes on. Archie Thompson. How do you? So first of all, is it one person that usually like organizes who you reach out to? Or
so this is where I feel like I'm a genius. I decided to do a pod with people that know all these people.
Yeah.
I was like, I weaseled my way into this shit. Because I'll tell you, bro, straight out, with Sunday 3 p.m, I'll never forget. I sent an email to every fucking MPL club to try to work with them. Not one response.
How many MPL clubs are there?
Bro, there's ton. In the first tier, there's like 12 or whatever. Then there's MPL 2, then there's MPL 3. There's tons.
Yeah,
there's like
30 plus.
Yeah, 30 plus. Bro, I sent so many emails, I don't get one response. Like, I used to try to hit people up, try to work with them. Melbourne City are the only ones that from the start, they gave us an opportunity to do shit with them. But, bro, Rash and Archie are like super close mates.
Really?
So that was easy.
Yeah.
I just said, Rash, bro, go get Archie. And then Jake has a lot of footballing mates as well. Gavin does as well. So the guest part hasn't been too hard. Now it's starting to get a little bit harder because we're trying to aim super high and not many, you know.
Who are you guys trying to get on next?
Bro, we want Mark Bresciano because he's like a Socceroos legend.
That'd be huge.
We want him. We want Mark Bosnich. Again, bro, a lot of people live in Sydney.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. You know, I feel like I've ticked off a lot of bucket list guests because Archie Thompson was like my idol growing up. Like, he was the guy. But now I sort of want to look more towards international guests, people that are coming down here for stuff, or just big-time Socceroos. I'd love Nestory one day. I'd even love Gran Qual, man. He's got an interesting story. Yeah, they're probably the main ones. But sometimes guests that people don't think they're going to like, they love. I'll be real. Dan Georgievski is our most viewed pod, I think. But I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have thought it would have been maybe John Aloisi or Archie Thompson or whatever. Because he came on there and just fucking said it how it is. Like, he was just
very transparent.
Super transparent. So that was eye-opening. It's like sometimes it's not about the name. Sometimes it's about the story. You know what I mean? So that I hope that answers that question on the...
How does it feel like interviewing the people that you looked up to when you were younger? That must be a big feeling.
Yeah, it is, but it also helps that they're just normal dudes, man. I don't think we've ever really had a guest. Like, even when we went into the Socceroos camp and interviewed 3 Socceroos, they're all just normal as fuck. Like, and that makes you appreciate them way more. Like, if anyone was to come in and be like up himself or a prick, I'd be like, lost the audio, brother. Don't know where the ep's gone. Fuck you. But everyone's been amazing. Like, really, really good. No one has given us, touch wood, no one has given us issues on the guest side. But yeah, it's mad. Now that I'm older, sometimes I do have to remind myself, like, hey, if someone said you were doing this 5 years ago, you'd be fucking over the moon, bro. So, you know, be appreciative and like count your blessings type thing, because it is mad at the end of the day. But it helps that they're just normal dudes.
Would you ever consider getting on guests that maybe, obviously, like, it's very footballing involved, your potty, but would you consider getting on guests that aren't, you know, particularly involved in the footballing world? Like, for example, when you guys were up in Sydney, I think it was earlier this year, and like Madeline Klein was there, for example.
Yeah.
Right? Like, imagine how sick would that be?
Bro, that was a funny story.
Yeah, talk us through that, man. How was that?
I saw her and I don't give a fuck. I love Outer Banks. I watch a lot of like stupid teenager. I finished Riverdale, bro. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, this shit is easy to watch and I can be on my phone while I'm watching it. So I loved that show. And I saw her and I had to double take. I'm like, why the fuck is she at a Sydney FC game? Like, what are you doing
good
here?
question.
Yeah. What the fuck are you doing here? She must have been filming some shit.
Yeah, true.
And I said to the boys, I was like, fuck, she's like a full-blown Netflix star. And they're like, oh, Jake knew who it was. The other two had no idea. And I was like, nah, I can't be a fucking 30-year-old going up to a fucking, what is she, 22 or some shit, asking for a photo. That's whack. Jake goes, I don't give a fuck, I will. And then we had 2 contest winners with us. We were taken around the stadium and stuff, like suited and booted contest. They went straight up to her, took a photo. I was like, I fucked it. Like, I bitched it. And then she came back. I was like, I'm so sorry to bug you. Got a photo. She was sweet. She was mad. But yeah, to answer your question, I love doing pods with interesting people. I don't care where they're from or what their background is. I've listened to thousands of hours of podcasts not related to football, music, people that have done extraordinary things. For anyone that's like an expert in their field. I'd love to do that one day, but maybe we would have to like make a separate show.
Yeah.
Or branch off.
Like a segment or something. Maybe.
Like a segment or something. And because we do have a large following that's just like, this is why we say ballitis, bro. They only care about football. Like their whole life revolves around football and they don't want to hear from anyone else. But I would love to do, bro. I've always said, I'd love to do people that have done crazy shit. You climbed Everest? Fucking tell me about it. You worked as a detective and you had fucked up cases? Come talk about it. But it's very hard to find guests.
Yeah. Who's that guy? Oh, you guys were talking about it. Some guy in like the army or something, some retired guy from the army.
Oh, yeah, Skojo. Yeah,
Skojo.
He's a Petroni, I think. He's, I'm pretty sure he quit NPL to go to the army.
Wow.
And he's a bit of a loose cannon, and I'd probably have to be careful if I had him on the pod. But I think he was in Iraq or Afghanistan or something for years. And he was like, bro, I've played football in the most craziest backdrops. I was like, what? So, yeah, even people like him, it's a little bit different. Do you know Dan Gorringe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He commented on in one of our posts saying, get me on the pod. And we tried to do it and got ghosted, bro. So, Dan, if you're fucking listening, bro, I'm waiting on you. Because people would love that. Because there is a bit of a crossover, he's Aussie. So, everyone knows him. But, yeah, it's hard to get guests, bro.
That would be sick, man. Like a little collab. Because arguably, you guys are the biggest footballing podcast. He's, got his AFL thing going on.
Bro, he's huge.
That would be huge. The stuff he does is like what we're probably aiming for in terms of making a career out of it. Yeah.
Bro, his sponsors are insane. I don't even want to fucking know what he's making. Like, it's insane.
How would you get sponsors of the podcast?
Oh, good question, bro. Good question. We've been working on it for ages. We're finally getting a few through now. Shout out our sponsors.
Is it just like reaching out and stuff like that, or?
There's 2 ways. You can just go balls to the wall and reach out to fucking every brand you can think of and just hope one bites, which could work. Or you completely focus on consistency and running up the numbers.
Until someone kind of asks you.
Yeah. Either they ask you or you present to them like you'd be stupid not to take us. Like,
Yeah.
here's what we got. That's probably or it's always who you know, bro, as well. If you know someone that like wants to give you a chance or help you out, then that obviously helps. That's
Because
probably the best
you
way.
guys had like a little inside joke running about like with your segment of amateur agents, right? And it'd be like amateur agents sponsored by no one.
Sponsored by no one. Yeah.
But obviously now you got like Melbourne City.
Yeah.
How's that been working with them?
They're great. But look, again, like I said, on a solo sort of thing, they gave me my first opportunity to work with an A-League club. I was shitting myself. I went there one day in a suit and football boots by myself to work with 3 of their best players on a video. They gave me a chance, even with Sunday 3 p.m., and they've been brilliant, bro. We're actually going there in a few weeks as well to do more shit. They've been probably, in terms of the bigger clubs, they've been the best in, oh, you guys want to do content? Yeah, come through.
And do you know what? That's kind of surprising. Like if you look at it from the outside, because they're the big club of the A-League in a way. You know,
Yeah.
they got ties with Melbourne City, the City Football Group and stuff. Why do you think that is that of all clubs, it's them? Because I can imagine, sorry to interrupt,
No,
but
you're
I
right.
can imagine like maybe like a MacArthur or like, you know, a club like that's not as publicized in a way.
Put it this way, man. I think Melbourne City, because of how good their setup is, I think they're aware of the fact that social media and content is a huge part of running a football club, especially in 2025. Whereas maybe the smaller clubs, which a lot are struggling to survive, bro, they might be thinking, bro, we don't give a, fuck content for a sec. Let's just worry about keeping this team together. Look at Western United. But they were great to us. So, I think the thing with them is they got the Manchester City model. So they know, like, it's just a part of the game.
Guide for them.
Yeah, like, they're very progressive in like, no, let's get him in, let's get him work. And it's worked for them because some of the content we've done for them has been sick. And vice versa. It's worked for us. But I think they're just more progressive, and the club as a whole, like the TDs, the coaches, the players, they're just open to doing media shit. That's probably why.
With like you said, you always want to work in like music or football.
Yep.
And that's not the average career in a way. That's not, finish school, go to uni, get a job, things like that. What would you say to people that now, even like at our age or even a bit younger, that are like, I don't know what I want to do, right? But they kind of, in the back of their mind, they have a hobby that they want to pursue, whether it's sport, music, whatever it is. What would you say to them? Because I think even at our stage with the podcast, we're at the point where it's like we're slowly building, right?
Yep.
In the early stages, first few episodes, it's a bit of banter. Like you're kind of like a laughing stock.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What
Yeah.
kind of advice would you give?
Oh, man. This is a very broad question. I'll try to answer it the best I can because I know that I'm going to say something and then I'm going to get in the car and be like, fuck, I forgot this part, bro. First of all, I want to shout out my parents, all right? Because I know everyone's situation is different, especially ethnic parents. Sometimes you don't have a choice. I got a lot of friends that like, I'd love to do content, bro, but imagine if I turn around to my parents and say, I want to do content. Shut the fuck up. How's that sound? So again, a lot of it is down to my parents. All the stupid endeavors I've had, all the crazy ideas. My parents are always like, yep, we'll support you. Yep. And I'd always say to them, and trust me, I'm nowhere near made it. I'm the most regular cunt there is. But I'm seeing a little bit of hope and signs that maybe now my parents could be like, okay, he did tell us that it's going to take time. It took fucking 10 years almost. But there's a little bit of something now. Advice I would give is, man, in this day and age, you can literally make a career out of anything. Like, it's actually sort of weird. Because when I was younger, put it this way, you're 17, you got your own barber business?
Yeah.
Who the fuck was doing that when I was younger, bro? No one.
And there's so many kids, like, in my area itself. Like, there's, like, 5 kids doing it, the exact same thing I'm doing.
Bro, my 15-year-old cousin started his... I was like, you're 15, and he's a barber. I'm like, you are 15.
I know this guy, he's 14, I think he's Wassa. He's 14, and I think he's making
Bro,
like
this guy's been cutting since he was like
Yeah.
13.
Bro,
12,
he's got more
12,
money than me.
13.
Straight
still
out, he
a little
does.
kid, and he's
Yeah.
doing so well. Like
Yep.
900 to like 1.2 a week as like a 14-year-old, 15.
Is he on social media?
Yeah,
Of course.
There
Well,
you go.
not as much as you'd expect for how many people he gets.
That's
in.
crazy.
Do you know what? It's his main, or like, as he was growing, it was Snapchat for him. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't the TikToks or your Instagrams. It was literally just stories. Literally just
What,
stories
just doing
of-
fresh fades and
Yeah.
cunts are like, oh, who's that?
Yeah, basically
14-year-old, I'll pay him $7. But like you just said, bro, I've seen people make careers out of the stupidest shit on social media. So my advice would be, if you have a hobby, it is not 2006 anymore. You can make a career out of a hobby if you play your cards right. And you need to know how to use social media. But people don't understand, but there's no magic tricks. I fucking hate people that give advice online about, you want to grow your TikTok to reach 3 million followers? Here are 5 things. Bro, it doesn't work for everyone. There's only one magic trick that works every time: consistency.
Yeah.
You have to be consistent because you almost force your way through. Because, I could post once every 3 weeks with Suited and Booted, one snippet here and there. That's fine. All good. Bro, even if 90% of the shit we put out is bullshit, we're running up the numbers, man. We're running up the views. We're getting our face out there. So big advice, if you want to do something with your hobby, consistency is huge. The second thing I would say, you can make a career out of anything. Like, this whole barber thing full trips me out of how much money barbers are making. When I was younger, it used to just be like, bro, there were no barbers when I was younger. I'm dead set. There were no barbers. There was, the thing when we were younger was go to Tommy's in Springvale. This was the thing, right? Everyone wanted to go and get like their muzzer cut fringe and the rat tail and stuff, and Tommy would do your hair for $20. That's it. There were no young guys doing it. Now, bro,
There's people charging $200 for a haircut.
bro. And you know what? It's crazy, but fuck it, because the cost of living is cooked,
Yeah.
and you gotta pay for shit. But I would also say that there's also nothing wrong with a 9 to 5 and having a good stable career, because in this world with all the fucked up shit that's happening and how topsy turvy everything is, sometimes it's good to have stability and consistency of like, okay, I can provide for my family, or, I'm making a steady wage. I can travel, all of that stuff. That's another thing. Travel while you're young. Travel.
Did you travel much or?
A fair bit, bro. A fair bit. I've only
you
ever had
go?
one girlfriend, and she lived in Atlanta. So I went to Atlanta. I've been to the US. I've been to Europe twice. I've been to Malaysia 3 times. I've done a fair bit, bro. There's a lot of places I want to go, but the confidence, I feel like fucking Superman when I travel, bro. I don't give a fuck. Like, because no one knows me there. Like, I can just be myself, do what I want, full of energy, and you learn stuff. So, yeah, they're probably my main tips. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. How is it for yous, though? Like, are people in school thinking, fuck school, I can make money off TikTok?
No, there's not that many people. Like, I think majority of the time we've talked about it, we're like the only two that are like really feel like we can make a living out of these things that we have. But most people are like uni. And when because I'm not planning on going uni, like next year is going to be like, I'm going to get a job and then pull all that money into the business. And then, push hard for that. But they're kind of like, no uni? Like, what's going on with that? But then like me and him are like talking about it on the potty and just in general that we know we can make it, but most people are just like, uni or go to work after school. Like, it's not really anything different than
This goes back to what I was saying about passion, bro. Maybe they do have they're passionate about hobbies, and maybe it's just not a viable thing for them at that time. You got pressure from your parents or like society as well. That's another huge thing. Bro, people look at me like you're 30, no family. I still live at home, bro, with my family. Like, people are looking at me thinking, what the fuck? This is another good bit of advice. Everyone has different timelines, bro.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
stop worrying about what other people are doing at your age, because the same cunts that I thought were popping at 20 or 19 are doing fuck all now.
I could look at that 14-year-old and think, bro,
What
what
was
am
I
I
doing
doing?
at 14? Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I'm nothing like compared to, not nothing, but like
I know what you mean.
I could be so much better if I started that early. But it's not. We're not the same person.
Bro, I got my license when I was 21. Like, I do shit late. I think I had my first drink or some shit when I was like 20. I did everything late. Everyone was always like 15, 16, starting to go out and party and I was like, I hate that shit. But I've just realized everyone's got their own timeline, and they're going to laugh at me for saying this because I'm a 30 and I'm a fucking unk. But it's just that, bro, age is just a number. Because I guarantee you, I know 25-year-olds that act like they're fucking 50, bro. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, they'll work, go home, watch The Block or fucking MasterChef with their missus and wake up and do it. And there's just nothing to look forward to in their life. There's no ambitions. It's just like, I'm just happy just doing the cycle, bro. Same thing over and over again. If it works for them, it works for them. Personally, for me, I can't. I'll go mad. I'll go mad.
I feel like there's so much more enjoyment in the stuff that they really have passion for. But I don't know if they feel like it's viable to actually go into stuff like that. That's the issue.
People will try for a year or two and then not make any money, or it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And they have to make a decision. And fair enough, bro. Some people have kids and stuff. They don't have fucking time to try something out for 2 years, and then if it doesn't work, your kids aren't eating. Like, it's tough, and it's getting way worse. So count your blessings, guys. If you have a supportive family and you have somewhere to live and you don't have to worry about, like, the rent being due or, like, you know, worrying about a kid or whatever, make the most of it. Like, try to really make the most of it and use your spare time to do something, I don't know, valuable, bro. Like, that's something that bro, if I was 17 now, I'd be a machine on social media and stuff. I would be a machine because I'm not even that old, but back when I was that age, bro, there was, you couldn't, bro. There wasn't even ads on Instagram. Like, you couldn't really make money online like that. Now I'm seeing the most, like, look at Krogman. You know Krogman? The guy who fights people, he fights his followers.
Yeah. We were watching him the other day. Remember? I was showing you.
He's the Aussie dude.
Class. I'll show you.
He literally is probably a couple 100,000 up right now because he just punches on with his followers. And it's the most stupid shit ever. But he's up, man. Like,
When did you, like, before you kind of got to that stage where you were, you know, establishing this guy? Remember? Oh, he's gone. Anyways, when did you, like, because now you're at a stage, right, where if you cop shit, you kind of, like, you've got stuff behind you to back you. Like, look at my, you know, I've got my podcast up and running. Like, you're not at that kind of, you still cop stuff, right?
oh, you don't want...
Yeah, but, like...
What do people say?
Brother, some of the shit people say, as much as I try hard to be like, you know, it's all just internet, it still gets to you.
Yeah.
Those Instagram comments, bro.
People can lie all they want and say, I don't give a fuck about anyone. No, you do. It's human nature. But you learn how to deal with it, I guess, over time. And you learn to maybe not give air to these people because they want a response. I've had wild shit said, bro. And it's funny because at the start of this pod, I said, I'm not going to be like Jerome on them ones. I don't want to be antagonistic. I don't just want to hate on shit for no reason. I actually just want to make this pod hilarious and informative. They're the two things that I always said. Is our content funny or is it informative? If it's neither of those, we're not putting it out. So I try really hard, bro, like to remain impartial, to be balanced, to try to be fair. But still, no matter what you do, bro.
We've talked about it. Like, everybody's going to say something.
Everyone's going to say, I guarantee you, how long have you been doing this pod?
Under a year.
Okay. I guarantee you've had comments saying, oh, put down the podcast equipment or look at it. Have you had any of that shit?
Yeah, of course.
People from school.
Yeah, people from school.
Yeah.
Yeah, put down the podcast equipment. That's the problem with Australia. Everyone hates because they don't have the balls to do shit.
I think it's called tall poppy syndrome.
Yes.
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot. Yeah.
It's bro, everyone speaks about it. It's huge here because in America and England, it doesn't really exist like that because they've seen how many people have gotten famous.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, you can do it. But here, who are the biggest Australian celebrities? Spaniard? Like who really are, it's only as of now people have started to make it. But yeah, people love saying shit like, I think the corniest and lamest shit you can do is have an Instagram account following 15 people, a burner, and getting on people's stuff and hating. Bro, I see so much shit I hate. And yeah, sometimes I want to get on there and say, shut the fuck up and put your... Why? Like, what is that doing for me? Like, really, I'm just giving them views and interactions.
Do you think you've kind of like realized that like there's no point giving that hate after you've copped it yourself? Or has it kind of just been like a moral thing for you where it's like there's no point?
So I think when I was younger, I used to tweet a lot. And I guess the sort of safety net I'll give myself is I don't really used to at people. So, and a lot of it was about football, bro. I used to just be like, you fucking idiot, how'd you miss that? Blah, 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 blah. I do that less now. I've grown up. But I used to give it, because I'm a big Chelsea fan, I used to give it to players, bro. Like, you fucking prick. But in my thing that I'm talking about is on Instagram, when you see shit saying like, oh, ban podcast equipment, oh, everyone wants to be a DJ, or everyone wants to be a... Who cares, bro? Like, if they want to do it, cool. Some people are going to suck. Like, that's just, I'm not going to try to beat around the bush. Some people suck at shit. But imagine me taking time out of my day to do it. And going back to your point, I think it is a bit of a moral thing. Like, because I do it, I don't want to do it to other people. So it's sort of helped with that of like, I hate when people comment shit that's like unfair or whatever towards us. But at the same time, yeah, like I don't see the point in bro, it's a waste of time. It's a fucking waste of time. And you know what's funny? Those same people at your school saying that shit, when you guys do get successful, they're going to be the ones like, oh, my boy. Please, man. Please.
It's real, bro. It's like, it's very surprising. But like we've put it this way a lot where it's like no one doing better than you will judge you.
Big
for
facts.
starting something new.
Yeah, I heard that the other day as well. Yeah. No one in a better position than you will go out of their way to hate. And again, people will be watching this that know me. They're going to be like, Jerome's the biggest fucking hater ever. I can be.
Self-proclaimed pessimist.
Yeah, self-proclaimed pessimist as well. Like, I'm probably the worst person to play football with as well because I get personal. But in terms of directly saying stuff to people online or whatever, it's funny because no one's actually said anything in person, bro. It's all online. Only one person said something in person, and that was the weirdest shit I've ever experienced. And I think it might have been a player's dad or something, or a coach's dad or something, because I was speaking about them on the pod. But yeah, I don't hate and all that negative shit takes up way too much fucking time. It takes up too much time, bro. I don't have time. Like, what am I going to do? Get mad over a comment for fucking 6 hours when I could be editing or some shit? Like,
yeah,
it's pointless. So
how did you kind of not defend yourself, but you know, back when you were starting, let's say suited and booted with the rest of them, you don't really have something to say like, oh, like I'm already succeeding in a way, right? Like for example, us, we don't have an evidence in a way to put behind us and be like, oh, look at what we're doing. Do you think it was harder for you at that stage, or is it now when you're copping more of that hate because you're a lot more publicized?
I think I had something to fall back on of that. I had 2 ex-professionals. So even if I was talking shit, they have a bit of credibility.
Yeah.
But I think it's just conviction when you speak. Like, yep, this is what I think, and that's it. That helps. But yeah, I think we had Archie Thompson on in like the 3rd or 4th ep, bro. Like I'm lucky, I should say. People were just like, you can't just go and get him for your 3rd or 4th episode. That's why I said I fucking finagled Rash and and Gav for their connections. But oh yeah, bro, it was worse with them ones on TikTok and stuff, especially like during the COVID era. Used to get crazy shit said. But I think in terms of building the credibility, I don't think you have a choice, bro. You just have to just keep putting out stuff. And, bro, I've had people say shit to us, and then I realize they're a Patroni. I'm like, bro, what?
Well,
What? You're paying us, cuz. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And even on your end, I would say you guys seem like the nicest kids ever that don't have any ill intentions. So anyone hating is just, it's fucking weird. Like, if you're watching this, bro, please do something else with your time.
Jerome's going to come get you.
Yeah, bro. Like, seriously, please. If these guys were like little shits, then I would get it. It's like you reap what you sow type thing. But
we're trying to be all about like transparency and
yeah.
like, I think the biggest thing about us is that because we've experienced like people talking down to us when we started our stuff, we were like, we want to be eventually people that build people up that are, you know, less founded than we are when we're successful. So I think that was the whole plan behind our podcast.
How did you deal with it?
man, we didn't want to play victim, right?
That's another,
And I think we copped more because we started our businesses before we started the pod.
So sorry, brother.
So,
what's your?
he's a barber.
Barber?
And I do like private coaching.
You do private. Okay.
So
yeah.
and then he and Josiah and I were talking about it because he started about
I started
4
like
months before me, I think.
yeah, I started about more than a year and a half ago.
December
Okay.
2023. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
But honestly, it was just like it was a process of what are we doing wrong to piss these people off? And then when we thought about it, and we were like, we're not saying anything about them.
Yeah, you're doing nothing
We're not
wrong.
asking them favors, and they're not getting anything in return. We're doing our own thing. They're doing theirs. So like, at the end of the day, man, like even the pod, if people aren't listening, it's benefiting us, right? We're kind of, you know, like we get to meet you here. We hear your thoughts about certain things, right? We've talked to Steph Kolokovsky, for example. He's played, you know, at a high level, right? And it's just, at the end of the day, it's just an experience for us. Barbering, you meet new people. Coaching, you know, I get to work with different people. Like it's not, we kind of just said, you like, bro, whatever happens, man, it's only benefiting us. Like it doesn't matter what other people are saying. And even for you guys,
The
right?
balls you guys have to start a pod at 17, bro. Like
we appreciate that, man.
people don't understand that it costs money to do a podcast.
Yeah, you're,
like-
you're charging us $1,000 to be here.
People just think it just comes out of thin air. Like, oh yeah, they just press record, upload it. Yeah, Bob's your uncle, man. No, it costs to do a podcast. It's time. You guys don't even have your P's yet.
Yeah.
Like, you're Ubering places. It costs money to do this stuff, and it also takes balls on the like putting your face out there, bro. So many people are scared to even put their face out there. Hence why they got burners and like, you know, they hide their because they want to get their shit off online because they fucking hate themselves. Like, it takes balls to even put your face out there and give your opinions on things, and that is way more impressive to me than the person hating on it. Like, okay, cool. What benefit are you getting out of this? We're building over here. We're building over here. We're eventually, bro, you're 17. Like, by the time you hit your 20s, you guys could make a full-blown career out of either the pod or your businesses are absolutely booming. What are they going to be doing when they're 20? Still fucking deciding what they want to do, and, you know, that's when they realize, like, fuck, we were hating on them back then. We fucked it.
And you know what? Like, for example, you, right? Your pod's literally with ex-pros, right? And then people may be like, oh, you got ex-pros, some guy that played with the River, and then there's you, right? And you're kind of the outsider in a way,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And people look at you like that. Like I've heard stuff.
Yeah.
You definitely cop stuff like that
Oh,
too. Like,
yeah.
you know, you're kind of just there because of them.
Yeah, like,
in
what
a
do you
way.
know?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how's that like? Because you might not be, your your relationship with them is different to what we see, if that makes sense. Like at the end of the day, they're your mates.
Yeah.
But people look at them as the credible ones. How do you deal with that?
The thing is, how I dealt with that is, I don't know, I don't want to sound cocky here, but like none of them had. Jake actually had his own podcast, and it was a very good one. It was The Unlaced. He did some crazy guests with all types of sports. Another thing I fully forgot, I can't believe I've just fully forgot. I used to be on another football podcast called Let 'Em Shoot. These boys out of Canberra.
Okay.
But it was too hard because they were.
When was that? Was that between?
That was 2022, 2023.
So just after them ones.
Yeah, like,
okay.
and they've done some great stuff. So shout out them. But going back to your question, I think what helped me is my hosting skills on the pod. So it's like, okay, he might not be a professional footballer, but he has somewhat of ball knowledge. He is a decent interviewer, and he knows. I know the pod world better than them, or at least at that stage.
Probably bridge the gap between the guests and the people that had the knowledge.
Yeah, and you know what? Why I think people maybe relate to me, and I don't cop too much of that, bro. If I'm going to be real, nah, it's not that bad. Like, I think people relate to me because I am like the listeners.
Yeah,
right.
That makes sense.
I'm the football
like one
fan
of them in there.
Yeah, I'm the fan.
Yeah,
The boys call me that on the pod. Rashid doesn't have a team, bro. Like, Jake supports United, okay, but it's not how crazy I am about Chelsea. Like, and Gav, he says he supports Arsenal, but really,
no one supports Arsenal.
Yeah, it's really just like, all right. But I think people were like, and because I'm heavy on the comedic side and the skits and stuff, so they're like, fuck, Jerome, funny can't, like, you know, he talks like we do.
Yeah.
That's another thing. A lot of people come up and say, I love the pod because you talk like us. Like, you're not like the full prim and proper journalist, blah, blah, blah. It's always like, nah, you talk like us. Like, you're a sick cunt. And I speak from the fans' perspective. And I take the piss out of myself. Like, when people ask questions, boys, what was it like? And I'm like, oh, for me, yeah, when we played Arsenal away, yeah, it was tough, bro. Like, I take the piss out of myself. Like, I don't care. I know I don't have a football background.
Yeah, so be it, man.
Yeah, it was it.
Like, as contradicting as it is, like, I'll look at your pod, you know, like a couple of my mates that have listened to your pod. It's like, it's you and them, because you're kind of, like just I said, you're bridging that gap, right?
Yeah.
And people look at you as like the representative of the listeners,
yes,
in a way, and that's what kind of makes up for everything on your part.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, we've had this convo with the boys about how professional athletes or ex-professional athletes struggle to be a fan of a team because it's like, no, I'm an ex-pro. Like, why would I be a fan of a team? It's a bit, I don't know. They find it weird, and I find it weird because I'm like, as if you don't have a team, bro. Like, there's little convos we have where they've just lived a different life, and I think that's why it works, because there's a contrast. Because if it was all ex-pros, yeah, they're going to have great insight and stuff, but they're not going to have that fan perspective. They're not going to have the everyday, the average Joe perspective that I have.
Which you balance out.
Yeah. And I think that's why it works.
Wrapping up, bro, you guys have gone full time with Student and Booten.
Pretty much.
Right?
Pretty much.
Where do you see yourselves going, man? Like, obviously, I saw Rashid put out a video aiming to kind of get to the World Cup next year. What's your future plans? Like, even the next few weeks and months, like, what does it look like for you guys?
So, I'll be transparent with you boys. So, Gav still works, and which is completely fine. And me and the other boys, it is full time, but it's not a full time income yet.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit tricky. But for, more, we're pretty much full time. World Cup is the goal because I've never been to one. It's probably going to be the biggest one ever, even though it's in fucking... and I think it'll absolutely skyrocket our social media and our portfolio. Like, we presented at a World Cup. We did stuff at a World Cup. Instantly, your numbers are just going to go fucking ballistic. And also, I want to go to a fucking World Cup. Who doesn't? So World Cup definitely is on the books. Oz Championship is going to be huge for us. We're going to be in Sydney for a few games. We're doing a bunch of content around that. October is going to be massive. And yeah, bro, just even more solo opportunities for myself. If any brands are listening. I would love to do, obviously you've seen we've branched out into food and more comedic type stuff. The reason we've done that is we'll always do football. It'll always be our cornerstone of our content. Every week you'll get the pod, you'll get the Patreon, you'll get the game day reels and all that. But it's hard in Australia, bro. There's a ceiling. There's only 26 million people here, right? And half of them don't even give a fuck about soccer. More. So we know that, like, there's only so much we can do in the game before we have to either start traveling internationally, which we've, got a few ideas brainstormed for that, or taking it to the next level in terms of like, okay, yes, we love Australian football, we do Australian football, but what else can we do outside of that? So there's that. And then food, bro, everyone does it, but we all just love food, and we have said to ourselves, yeah, everyone does it, but they're not us. Because if we didn't do something because everyone else was doing it, that doesn't make sense. It's like we could do the exact same food review and it's going to be different because I'm me and you're you. So we're definitely branching off into food and more random shit. What else? And then obviously the skits are they've been brilliant for our growth, I think, because it actually opens up your content to people that don't like football. There's people that have listened to the pod, bro. They've told me that don't know anything about football.
Yeah.
They just want to hear us talk shit.
Exactly, and that's the thing. That's why it's so different.
So that's what we try to do. But yeah, football will always be the main thing. We want to do everything, bro. I wanted to go to AFCON real bad. It's in January, but again, logistically, it might be a bit tough to do AFCON. And, we have sort of ideas of, I don't really want to go to a Barcelona game with suited and booted. Why? Because I feel like, and I'm going to contradict myself here, it's been overdone. I'd rather go to a country where nobody knows what the football scene's like. Where are you boys from?
I'm Indian, Sri Lankan.
Sri Lankan, yeah.
Bro, if we did a video in the Indian League, our numbers would be so fucked because of how many people live there.
Let's make it happen, bro.
Bro.
Let's make it happen.
Like, some of the boys know some players playing over there, like Jamie McLaren and stuff. I've always said, bro, I'd rather do a video, even Sri Lanka, because Gav tried to get a cap for Sri Lanka because he's a quarter Sri Lankan.
Oh, really?
Yes. He spoke with the football association over there, and they're like, yes, we want you, because there's a few Sri Lankan boys from Australia that play for the national team.
Yeah.
They wanted Gav, but he needs some documents. I'd rather go to, bro, no one knows what football's like in Sri Lanka. I'd rather go there and be like, look what fucking football's like here, than to be like, okay, we're at a Barcelona game.
Like almost like a review of something more niche.
Even
Way more
Rashid,
niche.
right? When he was in Europe,
That's my point.
He did Germany 4th division.
That's
he
my
didn't
point.
go to Bundesliga.
That's my point.
And then
Because
that
everyone
video's
already
huge,
does all
man.
the big leagues anyway.
They do they do all the same shit. Bro, that's our most viewed YouTube video.
Yeah, exactly.
And when he did it, we weren't even going to put it on YouTube. I said, I don't know, bro. We sort of slapped it together. No one else is there. We'll put it on Patreon. He goes, bro, we'll suss YouTube. I'm like, whatever. Bro, fucking went crazy. Like, I want to go to, what's football like in Papua New Guinea? What's football like in
that'd be mad.
Fiji?
I've seen some kids that have lived in Papua New Guinea for like missions trips and stuff.
Yep.
And they're incredible at soccer.
Yep.
And they said that the kids there are even better than them.
Bro, people don't understand countries like Indonesia, 100 million people. They fucking love football. Like, they love it. And it's not that far from us. 6-7 hours on a plane. I'd rather go to countries like that and do more niche shit, because that's always been what I've been interested in. What I do in my spare time and stuff, the YouTube vlogs I watch and all that. I don't want to watch someone go, hey, I'm going to Paris. I've seen it, bro.
Yeah.
That's my favorite YouTubers go to places where you it's probably even illegal to be there. But it shows like, oh my God, we're in fucking Yemen. Oh my God, we're in fucking, bro, some of the best videos I've seen. We're with the Taliban in Afghanistan. Like, it's crazy. You're risking your life and shit, but the entertainment value is so high, bro. Because
next podcast in Egypt or something,
bro, I'm telling you, if you guys have family in Sri Lanka or India, and you could do some content,
let's go, bro.
Go crazy.
Go find a studio in there somewhere.
You'll find something, man.
Man, honestly, I can't, like, obviously being in the football world, suited and booted, you know, I see it from that side, but even if you're not a football fan, I couldn't recommend it enough. And if you already listen to Suited and Booted and you're not on Patreon, what is it, like $10 a month or
Fuck
something,
you doing, man? Two coffees a month, man. Come on.
Nah, honestly, Jerome, pleasure having you on, bro. Appreciate you coming out. And yeah, Barber's Playbook, episode 9. We out.